Hello, welcome once again on Teacher Arlene's English class. Advertisements, and so many advertisements. So, have you ever wondered about this? Definitely yes, because you can see it everywhere. Even when you are traveling, going to EDSA, you can see billboards of advertisements, right? And another thing, you can watch advertisements on televisions. And you can also hear advertisements even on radio. Well, that is what we are going to talk about today. And that is what we call propaganda and the devices of propaganda. Our lesson, let us try this activity first. You are going to identify or answer whether it is a fact or bluff. Are you ready? Okay, let's go. Number 1. If we drink coffee, we will be as beautiful as Marianne due to its anti-aging ingredient. Is it fact or bluff? Okay, the answer is bluff. Number 2. From the advertisement I have witnessed, this is the best toothpaste ever. Is it fact or bluff? The answer is bluff. Number 3. Cigarette is dangerous to your health because it has a nicotine content that harms our lungs. Is it fact or bluff? Alright, the answer is fact. Number 4. If you wear True Love cologne, everyone will surely fall in love with your scent. Is it fact or bluff? Alright, the answer is bluff. Last number 5. If we will support our president on his advocacy on the war on drugs, this will surely be a good help to our community. Is it fact or bluff? Alright, the answer is fact. Okay, now let's move on to our formal lesson. So we are going to talk about propaganda. When we say propaganda, it is designed to persuade. Its purpose is to influence your opinions, emotions, attitudes, or behavior. It also seeks to guide your choice. It seeks to guide choices and behavior by exaggerating the truth and using hidden messages. When we say propaganda, in other words, it is just an idea or statement that is often false or exaggerated that are being spread to help a cause, a political leader, business, or even the government. Another, it is also a communication that is used primarily to influence an audience and further an agenda, which may not be objective and may be presenting facts selectively to encourage a particular census. Let's have number 1. Name calling. This technique consists in giving a bad name to a product, person, a group, an idea, or an event. The name given arouses an emotional attitude of hostility and rejection. The terms capitalist, fascist, warmonger, right reactionary create an emotional attitude of hatred toward the person or names of products. Let's see this example of name calling. Yes, for sure, everyone knows that MSG is bad for your health. Fruits and vegetables from market are known to be healthy and is free from MSG. But they didn't do that. Instead, they dragged their competitor down by informing consumers that their product, although they are delicious, but has MSG and not healthy. Further, they asked you a question and made you choose, emphasizing that you are responsible for making a healthy decision when it comes to food. And that is what you will do by choosing fruits over foods with MSG. So, it is a stereotyping. The word MSG, when we say MSG, it is the monosodium glutamate, or in other words, it is the word vetchin. Okay. When we say name calling, it is what we call stereotyping or labeling. These are the example of name calling. Another examples of name calling. Now let's go to glittering generalities. Under this technique, the propagandist uses some attractive or impressive words or ideas which mislead the people. So when we say glittering generalities, they use appealing words. So when we say appealing words, it used to convince you with those beautiful words to evoke your emotions in order for them to sell their products or to win in their favor. So that is about glittering generalities. Let's try to look at these examples. For instance, take a look at this advertisement right here. Creamy, dreamy, icy, chocolatey. So this iced mocha isn't just icy and creamy. Apparently, it's dreamy too. You probably get the picture. Another example of glittering generalities is this one. Let's look at an example of another beverage, coffee. So there is no mention in this ad of how the coffee is better than the rest, what sets it apart, why it's special, and so on. And you're told is that it is the best coffee. But that's not all. It goes on to say that drinking this coffee makes you the best version of yourself, and who doesn't want to be that, right? And here it is. The best coffee for the best you. You see? That is an example of glittering generalities. Another example is this tagline. Things go better with Coke. That is also glittering generalities because it strokes your emotion. Right? So when you drink Coca-Cola, things will go better. That's according to the tagline. Another example is this one. It takes a special chocolate to make everyone happy. So meaning if you take a bite of this Hershey's special dark chocolate, surely you will become happy. That also pointing out your emotions. That is glittering generalities. Another example, this one. In spite of my mouth, the dirty mouth rather, I will give you a clean government. This is also an example of glittering generalities because as you can read the statement of President, it will give you a clean government, and that is a promise. Again, it is about emotion, right? Okay, another example. This one. Isko Moreno para sa bayan, bilis kilos para sa bawat Pilipino. Another glittering generalities example. Okay, now let's go to the next propaganda device. Plain Fox. This device is used extensively by politicians. Yes, the politician professes that he is just like others with their common virtues and vices. Thus, a leader may embrace a child in a slum area or take his lunch sitting with the slum dwellers on a mat to impress upon them that he is one of them. So that is about Plain Fox. When we say Plain Fox, it is a very effective technique of politicians and even businessmen. They tend to convince ordinary people that they are trustworthy and they are also one of them. Okay, example of Plain Fox. As you can see in the picture, there's a mother and a child. So why is it an example of an ad making use of the Plain Fox technique? Well, because the mother-child duo with shopping cart is the perfect example of regular fox indulging in a regular activity. Any mother who has ever done grocery shopping with their little one can relate to this picture. They see themselves in it. So that is how Plain Fox works. So paired with the promise of saving money on groceries and gaining the ability to spend it elsewhere to improve the quality of your life, it is the perfect message. Now let's see the example of Plain Fox. This one. It is also Plain Fox because they use ordinary family, a typical ordinary family. Okay, another one. This one. Plain Fox also. And of course, this one. Plain Fox because they use family symbol. Okay, now let's go to number 4 device. Card stacking. When we say card stacking, this device requires skill and ingenuity. The true facts are twisted and colored by the propagandist to suit his interest and impress his listeners. Thus, a politician may weave a story and present it as a true event. Now let's see an example of card stacking. This ad uses stats to portray that the product is healthier than other chips because of the Sangkap Pinoy seal, which means approved by DOH. Imagine a chip, junk foods, there is a Sangkap Pinoy seal. How irony, right? So, Sangkap Pinoy Seal program is a strategy to encourage food manufacturers to fortify processed foods and food products with essential nutrients at levels approved by the Department of Health. Its fundamental concept is to authorize food manufacturers to use the DOH seal of acceptance for processed foods or food products. After these products passed a set of defined criteria which analyzed by FDA, The seal is a guideline used by consumers in selecting nutritious foods. In card stacking, it is a technique that they are just telling the positive side of a certain product or ideas and deleting or hiding the negative side of it. So that is about card stacking. Okay, another example, this one, card stacking also, because it says here 40% less fat and 30% less calories. But in fact, it has more fats and more calories. Another example of this is card stacking. This detergent powder. It says here 50% stronger to last longer, right? So that is also example of card stacking because it is not true. Okay, another is this one. Card stacking also because now with 0 grams of trans fat. How come that there is a 0 grams of trans fat in fried chicken? Right? That is card stacking. Okay, now let's go to number 5 propaganda device, which is bandwagon. When we say bandwagon, it aims at persuading people to do a certain thing because many other people are doing it. An example can be a soft drink advertisement wherein a large group of people is shown drinking the same soft drink. People feel induced to opt for that drink as it is shown to be consumed by many. So another kind of bandwagon is what we call snob appeal. When we say snob appeal, it is the reverse of bandwagon. It indicates that buying a certain product will make you stand out from the rest as the masses won't afford to buy it. So that is bandwagon. Now let's see examples of bandwagon. It is common. So when we say bandwagon, they used to convince people to buy or do something because everyone is also doing it. But because if you are left behind in doing this thing or buying this item or getting this product, you will be left behind. So that is about bandwagon. Bandwagon? Here, this is a classic bandwagon propaganda advertising example. Okay, drive-through. After all, if they served 99 billion, there must be something special there, right? And who would want to miss out on that? So, instead of just driving past and honoring the no fast food promise you made to yourself, you stop and grab a meal on your way home. Alright, now let's go to another example. Okay, the tagline here is trust the brand more dentists and hygienists use. You see? That is bandwagon. Alright. Another example of bandwagon is this one. Australia, you've made the switch. Over 1 million Australians, you see? Millions of Australians are using Oral-B. So that is also bandwagon. Another example of bandwagon is this one. Just do it. Everyone else did. See? Alright, now let's go to another example. I want you for US Army. This is also an example of bandwagon because it shows invitation. So they are inviting you to join the US Army. That is also bandwagon. Alright, now let's go to the number 6 propaganda device, which is testimonial. When we say testimonial, this propaganda technique uses words of an expert or a famous person to promote a particular idea. For example, a sports person is shown recommending a brand of shoes. Generally, people idealize celebrated figures. So celebrities are used to advertise certain products. A testimonial has to be reasonable. Advertisers are cautioned not to use false testimonials as they lack authenticity. Testimonials. This technique uses famous people like celebrities or an author or a famous actor to promote a certain product or ideas. Okay, so let's see example. Like, wants to sell shoes. Like, knows that its target audience is mostly young sports persons, many of whom look up to a famous basketball player who is known around the world. Even if they don't, they acknowledge and admire his skill on the court and deem him an expert in all things basketball. So they are definitely going to want to buy shoes that the famous player is using and referring to as the world's best shoes. That's about testimonial. Okay, another example. The model has great skin. One look at his face is enough to tell you that he is also a huge superstar with a massive following. So, when he says that skincare product will treat your acne and take care of your skin at the same time, you are going to take him seriously. This was an example of a celebrity endorsing a product. Now let's look at one in which an expert in the field recommends one. Okay, like this one. I believe in miracles and Pantene 3-minute miracle conditioner revived my damaged hair back to life, according to Liza Soberano. That is also testimonial. And the last testimonial example is this one. Nescafe iced coffee. I finally found the coffee that goes well with my busy schedule. That's also testimonial. Now finally, let's have the 7th propaganda device, which is transfer. In this technique, qualities of a well-known person are associated with a product to promote or demote it. Linking an item to a respected person is positive transfer. Creating an analogy between a disliked person and a particular product is negative transfer. It is also used during war times. For example, major soft drink brands were accused of having traces of pesticides a couple of years ago. While these allegations were on the rise, the entire carbonated drink industry took a hit. During this same period, fruit juices and other drinks were able to do great business. See? The other are demoted and the other products were promoted. So that is about transfer. Transfer, similar to testimonials, it also uses famous person associated with the products, whether to promote or demote the products. So it tells or convinces the individuals that if they use this certain products, they might even look like them. Or in another meaning of it, there's a sudden change if they consume or use these products. Here are the examples of transfer. Okay. Another one, transfer. See, there are changes. The before and after, that is also transfer. And this one, it says here, electrolyte, low sugar fluid, improve performance and endurance. So if you're going to drink this, you will become very energetic if you drink this. So that is also an example of transfer. another. Okay, now let's go to your activity time. So what are you going to do here? You are going to identify what device or propaganda is on the given advertisements. So, get ready with a pen and a paper to jot down your answers. Then, you correct it by yourself. If your answer is correct, then you checked it. If not, then you don't have to check it. Alright? Now, let's have this. So, what propaganda this one? Is it name calling, glittering, transfer, testimonial, plain fox, card stacking, or bandwagon? Okay, done. Let's see your answer if you're correct. Okay, the correct answer is transfer. Okay, you can check now your answers. Next, how about this one? What propaganda device is this? Okay, if you're done, let's see if your answer is correct. The answer is glittering generalities. Okay, now let's move on. How about this one? Okay, the answer is testimonial. Next. Okay, what propaganda device is this? Okay, the correct answer is card stacking. Okay, next. What propaganda device is this? Alright, the correct answer is plain fox. Another one. What propaganda is this? Propaganda devices, rather. Okay, let's see your answer. Okay, the answer is name calling. Okay, next. How about this? Now let's move to your answer. So the correct answer is transfer. You can type in on the comment section of this YouTube channel if you want. Okay, now let's move on. What propaganda is this? Propaganda device. Come on, you can type in the comment section. Alright, thank you. Now let's go to your answer. So the correct answer is bandwagon. Alright, next. How about this one? Okay, the correct answer is plain fox. Another one. How about this one? What propaganda device? Okay, the correct answer is testimonial. Okay, so much for that. I know you understand now how to identify the 7 propaganda devices. Now let's have our wrap up. So in this wrap up, you are going to identify what is being defined. as a summary of our lesson today. Okay, so are you ready? Okay, thank you for your comments. So everyone who is watching on this YouTube channel, you can type in your answers on the comment section. Okay, number 1, it aims at persuading people to do a certain thing because many other people are doing it. Come on, you can type your answers. Okay, the correct answer is Bandwagon. Next, number 2, common people are attracted on the basis of their common values. Alright, the correct answer is Plain Fox. Next, how about this one? Stereotyping or labeling. What is this? Okay, the correct answer is name calling. Next one, number 4, qualities of a well-known person are associated with product to promote or demote it. What is this? Alright, the correct answer is transfer. Next one, this propaganda device uses words of an expert or a famous person to promote a particular product or idea. What is it? Okay, the correct answer is testimonial. Next, known as logical fallacies because it uses some attractive or impressive words or ideas which mislead the people. What is it? Okay, the correct answer is glittering generalities. And the last one, this device requires skill and ingenuity. The true facts are twisted and colored by propagandists to suit his interest and impress his listeners. Okay, the correct answer is cardstacking. Next one. It is a communication that is used primarily to influence an audience. It seeks to guide choices and behavior by exaggerating the truth and using hidden messages. What is it all about? Alright, that is propaganda. Well, that's the end for now. And that's the end of our lesson on this episode about propaganda and the 7 propaganda devices. So, here your teacher again, Teacher Arlene Irinco, your English teacher, saying that we learn together, we rise together. Have a nice day!